running the shop on like welding and doing shit. So he's like, I want you to go to Chicago and help put together these car corrals and talk to the store managers and stuff like that. So I never drove like a big truck. And he's like, oh, that's fine, just go get your license and just like go to Chicago. So it's like I go take the test in the morning, and then I'm filling the biggest fucking truck that Penske has like in the afternoon, like 13 foot fucking whatever, like a 26 foot box truck. Like I can't believe that they were allowing somebody that I got my license test earlier that day to the biggest truck you can rent, drive over into Chicago. So like I'm driving this fucking big truck, and that's back MapQuest directions, so it wasn't like shit. So I'm like reading directions, and my boss had given me directions for like a car. So I'm driving this big ass fucking truck, and I'm just like narrowly missing fucking side mirrors and fucking other cars and shit. And there's a notorious bridge over in Chicago that's like short, and it goes under the rail line. And so I'm following a city bus, and I'm just like barely fucking keeping it together, watching the side, going. And I was like, oh fuck, that bridge is short. And I slammed on the brakes. Well, luckily, the brakes didn't have to do a very good job because the bridge helped me stop pretty well. So I fucking slid into that thing like halfway down the goddamn truck, the top. It was just like that much too. So,
like 3 inches?
Yeah, like just that much. So it like sardine can slid it. Like back a couple of layers, and then it was just all there. So this is off of like somewhere Cicero Ave in fucking Chicago and shit, and like I don't know where I'm at, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and this group of gentlemen just started like, yo man, what the fuck, this is coming up on me. I just fucking slammed that bitch in reverse and pulled it out the underneath of the bridge, and then I like went into the fucking side, and I ran up like a few blocks and ducked into like a side street. And like, so I'm like worked up, I'm fucking doing it. I'm like, I call my boss, and he's like, so why didn't you stop? Like, he's just like minuscule, like I was following a bus, I was taking the directions. By the time I seen it, I tried to stop, I couldn't stop. And like, it's like, well, call Penske, figure out what they're gonna do. And that dude is a very condescending prick, but I called them, and I'm like, okay, so I smashed this truck underneath the bridge, and literally they were like, have you called the cops yet? I'm like, no. And they're like, don't call the cops. I was like, you don't want me to make a report? No, do not call the cops. I was like, okay. And they're like, I was like, what do you want me to do with it? And they're like, drive it back to Michigan. I'm like, you want me to drive it back to Michigan? With the roof ripped off. They're like, yeah, unless if it is unable to physically drive, I want you to drive that back to where you picked it up. I'm like, okay. So like I call my boss back, he's like, do what they tell you, because it's, you know, you can't do anything worse to it now. And I'm like, okay. What sucked, it was like a giant air pocket going down the road, because I still had the slider door down, because I like took the old shit and put in the new shit. So like I couldn't run with the door open, but it just like pocketed air and just the whole fucking way, because it's just this giant fucking mass holding air inside of this pocket. So like I'm just running, and like I even had a cop pull up to me. I got like the sides flapping and shit, fucking in the wind coming down like the vinyl piece and shit. I had a cop fucking pull up to me somewhere around Hammond, Indiana, Gary, Indiana area, and he fucking came up and he spotlighted me. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting pulled over. And then he just like rode with the, and he like pointed up there, and his buddy, like the side shotgun, was like looking at it, and then they just looked at me, and I looked at him. I'm like, and they went, And they just drove away. I'm like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I was told to do this. So this story gets fucking way better. So, like, I go fucking, and I get it home. We unload it. I take it back up there, shit like that. And it just happens to be, the best part of the story is my dad's neighbor just starts working at Penske Truck.
Oh, shit.
So he goes, and in Lansing, he's like, he comes home one day, he's like, you wouldn't fucking believe it. There was this fucking truck I had to work on today. Dude, sardine canned it halfway down the back of it. Ripped it all up and then drove it back here from Chicago. He didn't even try. And like, they were making it seem like I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna drive back. No, that's what I was told to do. But he was like, yeah, I can't believe it. It must have been a pain in the ass fucking riding that thing all the way back from Chicago like that.